Hey everybody, welcome in. This is Judy with Healing Fire. We're a couple of minutes out, so gonna wait and let people join in here. Let's see here. How's everybody doing? Pop into the chat. We can talk. See what's going on. We'll give it a few minutes. Let people join us. I know there's a couple of other shows just wrapping up right now, so I think people are going to be hopping from other shows to this show. So we'll give it just a few. Boo, boo. Happy to be here. Lots going on. F45. Things are iffy. Got a few questions that I'll address. So we'll just hang out for a little bit while people catch up. I'm going to shuffle my cards. Okay. Got questions on election fraud, question on Kamala, questions on F45's health, all kinds of things. Aunt B. Hi, Aunt B. Welcome in. Oh, look at your cute doggy in your picture. That's so cute. Aunt B won the complimentary reading last time. Congratulations. It's exciting. I'm going to turn on, it's very hot in this room. I'm going to turn on my fan. Hi, Cynthia. Hi, Jackie. I'm going to turn on my fan so I can get a little airflow. Hold on. Hopefully, I don't think it's too loud. How are you guys doing? Cynthia, you're my neighbor. You live close enough to me. One of these days we should meet in person. I'm just sitting here shuffling cards while people join in here. I think there's a couple other shows that are wrapping up, so I think people are going to be going from other shows to here. So, and if you have any questions you'd like me to go ahead and address, feel free to put them in the chat as well. Shelby, the Red Merle Australian Shepherd. Oh, she's beautiful. Do Australian Shepherds shed a ton? Because my dog, I rescued him, and he's supposedly Shepherd Lab mix. Although I'm not clear if he's German Shepherd or Australian Shepherd. There are bits that mention one or the other, so that's not clear. But he sheds more than any animal I have ever had in my entire life. And I know labs can shed a lot, but like this is crazy. So I didn't know if Australian Shepherds were known to shed a lot. I know German Shepherds shed a ton. I suspect he's more German Shepherd, but I don't know about Australian Shepherds, if they're big shedders or not. Just going to give it a few minutes, let people join on in. Cynthia, I haven't stopped thinking about Sitting Bull. Karen from Blue Lotus Astrology said USA's treatment of Native Americans is our Chiron wound, and nothing will truly progress forward until this is fixed. Yeah. Hi from North Carolina. Hi, Ginger. All the way across the country. I've been to North Carolina a couple of times because I have two boys that were in the Army and passed in and around there from different their basic training graduations and stuff. 10 years after your German Shepherd passed, I still find his hair. Seriously, I mean, this is crazy. I leave and I come home, and I kid you not, there are chunks and tufts of hair fur everywhere. Like I have to, I've had a lot of animals in my life. This is the most fur I have ever had. It's bananas. So yeah, probably it'll be the same way, Cynthia. Probably 10 years after the bear goes, I'll probably still be finding his fur as well. Skyfire, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Aunt B, they do shed. Depends on how long the hair is. I live in the country and must keep her hair shorter because of all the ticks. Ticks freak me out. I am so scared of ticks. And stick tights? I don't know what those are. They will burn into the skin. Ugh. That does not sound fun. Yeah. Speaking of dogs, my neighbor's dog just started barking, so sorry about that if you hear that. Gina, hello, Gina the gemologist. I'm going to be interviewing Gina the gemologist, and she's going to be talking about her energetic love of gems and jewelry that she puts into everything. So that'll be exciting. You can stay tuned for that. Gina's amazing. One of my favorite people. And Cookie, oh, that's cute, from Seattle. I was just in Seattle, Cookie. This last week, I was in Seattle for a training for work, and wow! So it's been a long time since I've been in Seattle. Last time I was there, Space Needle was like the tallest thing there, and then driving into the city this time, it was dwarfed by all the buildings around it. I was like, whoa, times have changed. But it was fun because like just driving through, and I didn't get a chance to go play. It was all work for me there, but I do want to go back because it was like there was so many shopping opportunities. Couldn't do anything about it right now, but it was really cute and a lot of fun. So I want to go back and play for a few days when I get the chance. Super fun. Chicago Burbs. Ooh, Diane, I bet you have stories. Everything going on right now. What's the latest with that? Cockleburs, or called stick tights. There are many types. They stick to your clothes, come off plants. Velcro was invented because of cockleburs. Ooh, is that like the like in Arizona and the desert states? They have those little jumping joy or something, like I forget what they're called. But you walk through and they stick to everything. They're like little balls of thorns. I don't know if that's the same thing or not. Ugh. Oh, I can imagine with a dog that would be. You'd get those things all over. It'd never come out of the fur. Oh, very cool. Thanks everybody for joining. I'm going to give it about another minute and then I'm going to get going. If anybody has questions that you want me to address, please put them in the chat. I have upgraded my internet, which is supposed to help with lag, but I'm seeing that there still is a little bit. I think I need to upgrade my computer. That's probably going to be a while longer for that process, but I'm trying to catch up to 2025. Not quite there yet. Okay. All right. Well, it's about 7 minutes after. I'm going to go ahead and get going. Ginger, I'm just seeing your thing. Ooh. Okay. And again, if anybody has any questions or anything you want me to read on or address, please put it in the chat. I will do that. Had a few questions. Where is Mango Moose? Oh, Mussolini, probably. Not time to celebrate yet. Soon, though. Yeah, yeah. 45's definitely got some things going on. Let's see. All right. So there were a lot of health questions for F45, understandably, given the circumstances as of late. But we'll start with there's a lot of just yes no questions, so it can be a lot of dowsing rods probably tonight. But one of the questions was, will Kamala get her Secret Service back after F45? Well, let's find out. So, okay, I'm going to lower this a little bit so you get a little better view of my dowsing rods. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. Are we here? We are here. Okay. So we have questions, and you see my list of questions here. Are you okay answering all these questions? Yes. So for those of you not familiar with my dowsing rods, these are my dowsing rods. One of the ways I communicate with my guides. Can you guys please show everybody what a yes is? This is a yes. Can you show everybody what a no is? And that is a no. So sometimes one swings, sometimes they both swing. It just kind of depends. Typically, one will swing pretty dramatically, or the other one kind of holds the energy. But it depends. Sometimes they both get going. They'll tend to kind of just keep moving to keep the momentum going as well. So I think I have a better view from my angle and perspective also, and then I can also feel them. But just so you know how I work with my guides and my dowsing rods, because everybody's are a little bit different. So if you see other dowsing rod readers and their rods are doing different things, that's okay. That's how they communicate with theirs. So they're not all the same. You need to develop a relationship with your guides and your dowsing rods and figure out how you're going to be communicating with each other. So, okay. So let's start with the Kamala question. So somebody would like to know, will Kamala get her Secret Service back after F45 is gone? Yes, she will. Yeah, a lot is going to be restored once he takes a dirt nap, for sure. So, okay. And then someone was asking about election fraud. Is it going to be revealed in September? It's already starting to be revealed. If you're watching or paying attention to Election Truth Alliance at all, they're doing regular updates on everything. They're trying to go through the legal process of taking things to court, challenging decisions, things like that. The first recount is in September, and there was enough evidence that they showed the court that the court said, yeah, this needs to be recounted, and they've found more since then. So once that one recounts and then they present the cases of the others, it's going to start to fall like dominoes. So it's already the election fraud information's already started to happen, but once they get the recount of a significant swing state didn't go to Trump F45 like we thought, that changes the entire thing. So, and then with all the other challenges that they've got going, it's gonna, yeah. But so yes, September, the first recount, and that's just gonna start the whole thing. But information has started to be released. Once the recount happens and the information comes out, not in favor of how it turned out initially, that's when legacy media won't be able to ignore it, because right now they're kind of ignoring it and they're not really, they're not doing stories on it, things like that. Certainly not like they should be, but they won't be able to ignore that one. So yeah, September kind of starts the whole snowball effect. So let me catch up with everybody here. So it be those little stick tight things. We have some here, but they're tiny. They're like I call them burrs. So they're really tiny, and they get all over your clothes if you walk through a field and stuff. I wonder if that's the same thing. But anyway, Jackie, I like my dowsing rods too. Thank you. They're very clear yes and no usually. And I say usually because keep in mind, this is a good reminder for everybody. Oh, also, everything on this video and well, we're live streamed now, but it's going to replay on video and on this channel is for entertainment and spiritual purposes only and allegedly. So throwing that out there. But also, good reminder that energy can change. So we all have free will. While things will happen, it's a matter of how quickly or how long it takes for things to happen, right? And people can make different decisions that will affect the outcomes. That's why trying to nail down when and all of that is really rough, because if F45, all he needs to do is have a very bad temperamental moment, and he'll be out. So because his health condition is such that he needs to stay as calm as possible. So pretty much once he gets really mad at something and just can't contain it because he loses control, and that's what a narcissist hates most in life is losing control. Once he feels like he's lost control and he can't keep control of a narrative that's coming to attack him, so it could be around the election, it could be around foreign interference on things. That's where probably a lot of the allegedly treason charges will come from. It could be information on his health gets leaked out and he doesn't want people to know that there's a weakness with him. It could be Epstein files. It's going to be all of those things are converging at once right now. They're all that information has been kind of, dripping out. So it has been coming forth, but at some point it's all going to converge and he's going to kind of lose it. And that's when he won't be able to keep control of that blood pressure. So it's a matter of him. Really, it's up to him at this point of when he goes, because it's keeping control of that blood pressure. Even if he stays as calm as can be, though, he's at a point to where he's really on borrowed time. So it will not be much longer. It will be very soon. But to say when, like to narrow it down to a week or a day, it's honestly up to him at this point. But it is very soon because he's just too sick, honestly. So, okay. Gina, how do we protect our energy from Christian nationalists that want to steal our joy? So Gina, do you mean as a country or do you mean personally if you have those conversations with them? I'm assuming you mean nationally, like with our country. Regrettably, that group of people, they're all about control, and they're brainwashed. They have 100%. I mean, they have drunk the Kool-Aid, and if the world could eliminate itself of Nazis, they would have back at the end of World War II. We did a good job of shoving them back into a corner. However, ever since then, they've been working to come back out, and all of these things that are happening now, they've been playing the long game to be able to rise people up through the ranks and get control like this. So, Peter Thiel and Putin and F-45, and this has all been a very long game strategy. And do I think they're going to be eliminated? No, I don't. I do think that the tolerance for this group of people is low and will continue to get lower. And after all of this information comes out, I mean, those are the people that support this, and people just, they aren't going to Just like at the end of World War II, nobody wants anything to do with them. Well, that's going to happen again. Nobody wants anything to do with you if you're going to be that. And also, we're going to be gradually moving towards a more spiritual society and a less religious society. It will be a gradual process, but it is happening. It's already happening, which is why they're panicking, because they lose control of us if they don't have the threat of hell, right? They lose control of, you have to do what I say, you have to be subservient to me, you have to do this and that, or you go to hell. And they're losing that argument. They're losing that control, which is why they're freaking out right now and trying everything to be able to get control, and get control, especially of women. So, and also the the white males are panicking because they're, not only do women not like them anymore, but they are becoming the minority, and they don't like that either. So they're when narcissists are backed into a corner, they come out not just to fight but to kill. And that's what they're doing right now. They're literally fighting for their survival, and the world is getting less and less and less tolerant. We're going to be moving more and more and more towards spirituality, and less with organized religion. And they're pretty much going to be kept in a corner at this point. So after all this is done, this will be a big wake up call for a lot of people. So, okay, let me catch up here. In a second. Where's Ginger? I'm not sure. I don't know if he has dementia. I've had conversations with people that are very well versed in that say no, that's not dementia activity. It's easy to point it to that. I'm not sure if he does or not. There is something going on mentally for sure. But it could be, for all we know, it could be a result from syphilis, allegedly. It could be all of the medication. He allegedly likes to snort Adderall. So, on all of the medication that he takes and that he's on, and making him loopy, not having full faculties, likely mini strokes, allegedly, that could have an effect on the mental faculties. I think there's a lot going on to affect this with him. I don't know if it's officially dementia. I know his parents suffered from it, but there is definitely something wrong, regardless of what we call it. But we won't have to deal with it much longer. Thank goodness. Okay, let's see. Trying to catch up on the conversation. Gina, did that answer your question? Sorry, I kind of rattled on for a long time, but let me know if I need to address a different aspect of that. Is Taco burned? Well, his face always looks so. I don't think he is taking a dirt nap yet. If that's what you mean, that hasn't happened yet, but we're not far off. Like within. Again, I don't like timelines for that kind of thing, but very soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be some kind of a announcement or big health event that they disclose or something. But yeah, he is not well. He's definitely not well. And they're making plans to as to what's next and how they're going to handle it. So JD's probably Couch Boy's probably frothing at the mouth, I'm sure. I love all these. Is he playing in the sand? Is he burnt? Is he Skyfire? You need to get you a set. The other one's broke. Yeah, I know. I tend to travel with mine quite a bit, so they're starting to get bent. Doesn't really affect them at this point, but probably soon I may need to get another pair. This is actually my second one. The first ones I got, the guides didn't like, so they wanted me to get another one, so I did. Um, we have several kinds. Yeah, those burrs. We don't like those burrs. Nationally using religion to hurt. Oh, that's what you mean. Yeah. I mean, that's religion's goal, really. Um, the whole purpose of organized man made religion is to keep kings in power and keep peasants compliant. So as long as they're around, yes, that's their goal. Like, under the story and the guise and the brainwashing of love. So yes, too many people weaponize organized religion, absolutely, because that's what its purpose is to keep everybody but uh, you know, men in power, or keep only men in power and push down everybody else. Okay. Are they doing a weekend at Birdie's 1 and 2 to the American people? I mean, you could wheel them out in a golf cart and then wheel them over to the next. Oh my gosh. And just set them behind the desk and have a machine that just tosses out hats to people that visit. Yeah, no, it's he's not well. There's going to be an event that they can't hide, that they will need to announce, and that's going to happen very, very soon. Oh, Aunt B, I worked in mental hospital on geriatric ward. In my opinion, he has dementia. His weave, yeah, the weave thing, and the slump shoulders, and the gait, the jerky movements, slurring, repeating the same thing. Yeah, he's been getting worse and worse and worse for years. And he's got it on both sides. His mom and his dad had it. So I mean, there's a genetic factor there too. Um, I've had I've had people tell me, he definitely has it. I've had other people say he definitely does not have it. All I can say, because I'm not a doctor, I don't know. I can say that whether or not he has that, there's a lot wrong right now. There, it's probably that medication, strokes, God knows what, his history, all of that. So yeah, anger issues. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So it would not surprise me. Okay, so let's. I'm going to ask some questions on. Hold on, I'm making a note here too. On his health, allegedly. We'll see what they tell us. Okay. Hello again. Okay, does I I was just gonna ask, does he have dementia? And all I hear is there is a whole host of problems. That's exactly what I heard. So I'm probably part of it, but that's not all of it. Does F-45 have dementia? Allegedly. I mean, they're kind of. What are we doing here, guys? We're not really answering. Okay. Um, is there cognitive impairment? Yes, that they will agree to. Is there an element of dementia in that? That they're not really answering. Is there Have there been mini strokes? Mini, MINI strokes? Yes. Is that affecting the cognitive? Yes. Are the Is the drug use affecting the cognitive? Yes. Past and present? Yes. Okay. Um, um, is he basically in bed right now, like bedridden right now? Yeah. So I'm getting a light yes, which what I'm getting is like he doesn't have to stay in bed, but he is there's a lot of he is resting a lot. Is he just resting a lot? Yes. Okay. Because I don't think he really sleeps much. Is that true? Does he not sleep much? Is that correct? Okay, correct. But he's resting a lot more. Is that because he's feeling ill? Yes. And his doctors have told him to just stay down? Yes. Um, has he had any work done, like new stents put in or anything like that um, in this last week or two? No. But he has in the past. Yeah, I think that's the way he disappeared last time. Um, has he been? I'm feeling like I can't like he can't quite catch his breath. Yeah, like there's a heaviness. Let me see if that's. Am I picking that up correct? Is he having trouble breathing? Yeah. Is there like a heaviness in his chest? Yes. Is there fluid around the lungs? Yeah. Which is a heart. That's a heart issue. Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. Has he, have they drained? I don't know what you call that sac. There's a sac that goes around the lungs that fills up with fluid if you have heart issues. Have they drained that? Yes. Recently, like in the last week? Yes. Is this because he's having trouble breathing? Yes. Okay. I don't think it's pneumonia, Ginger. I think it's a heart issue, like heart failure issue. So he knows, he's well aware. He knows his time is imminent at this point. Yes. And his all his little minions are aware as well, correct? Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling like this heaviness in my chest, like it's hard to breathe. That's a cognitive heart, or not cognitive heart, congestive heart. If only his heart had a brain. Um, yeah, no, he's having some issues here. His drug use has caused his need for diaper. His heart issues caused the cankles, IV marks on his hands. He sits now instead of standing. Catheter. Yep. Because the kidneys. Yeah. Oh yeah. Multiple issues for sure. Yeah. He's definitely in bad shape. Um, Yeah. So Skyfire says that's why he's probably really focused on that Peace Prize and going to heaven. 100%. He wants, like, that's his. He loves trophies, right? Like he steals everybody's trophies. He was the soccer. The last big one was a soccer one. Like he just took the trophy. They had to make another trophy because he just took it. Like he steals trophies because that makes him feel like he's big guy. So yeah, he wants that prize, and because also I'm sure because Obama got one, and how dare Obama get a prize when he doesn't get a prize? I mean, that just eats at him. So he definitely wants the Peace Prize to add to his collection before he goes. He is all of a sudden, never has been before, but all of a sudden is worried about going to heaven, not so much as to change behavior, but yet it's another thing to grift. He's selling coins that if people buy these coins, it'll help him get to heaven. So please buy this coin to help me get to heaven. Like seriously. So he clearly doesn't get it. He thinks you can bribe your way into heaven. Can't take trophies to heaven either. Exactly. Thank you. I mean, he's just, I don't know, man. Yeah, and then he's also selling other coins of, we're in the good fight, and people are supposed to buy that too. Like, okay, he's definitely a few fries short of a Happy Meal on that one. So, and also that's not how it works, but he'll figure that out. He sent out emails to his mega base asking for donations to get him to heaven. Yeah, those are those coins I was talking about. He can't make this stuff up. Midas Touch is on the email. Yep, Midas Touch is on the email list and shows his many gifts. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's where I heard about it initially too, was Midas Touch. It's either that or I think it was Midas Touch. Um, Legal AF talks about a lot of stuff too, but I think it was Midas Touch where I learned about that too. Um, okay, I don't really see him in hospice though. I think when he goes, he's just gonna drop. Like he's gonna go. Like he'll, I don't, fall in the bathroom or whatever, just hit his head and out. So I don't know. Um, but I'll ask. Is he going to need? Is F-45 going to need hospice care? Nope. Is he just going to drop one day? Yep. But privately, correct? Or like it's not going to be on a stage because that would be just too good. But sorry, that's bad. I shouldn't say that. It'll be a private event, right? Yes. Okay. Yeah, gingivitis. It's not pneumonia. It's more like a heart thing. I think I answered that. Skyfire had dreams of him walking on stage and just face plants. I mean, that's just yeah, that's just too much karma to be. If only. Nope. I don't think it's going to be like that. I could ask. Do you think there's a chance he'll just be on stage and just face plant? No. No, they're saying no. I think it'll be a private event, and I don't think he's going to be doing many, if any, like public events. I just don't think he's going to be doing public events from now on. Maybe very short, like hello and that kind of thing. But he's having trouble breathing. They're having to drain his lung. Allegedly, that's just me. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. He's he's not feeling well. So okay. But in answer to the question of, I know everybody wants to know when, I really, I'll ask it, but timelines can change. I'm just going to throw that out there. Will he be taking a dirt nap by the end of September? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be in his bedroom or his bathroom, I think. Yeah, probably the bath. I don't know. Bathroom is what I'm thinking, but bedroom or bathroom, he'll go down and somebody will find him. Is what I think. Yeah, when he's not golfing, there you go. I mean, he uses a golf cart, so it's not like he's walking it. So in other news, did you guys hear about? And I think I put it in my post too, that the Doge character Big Balls, that he managed to get everyone's social security numbers leaked. You guys hear about that? Hmm, that's special. And I don't know if you guys remember, I did a video a while ago on we could have potential power grid issues, and there have been some. New Mexico had some big ones. So apparently with New Mexico, and I should have made notes before I started on this. I didn't have time though. They're trying to do a whole bunch of eco-friendly like grids, like earth-friendly like power grids, and of course F-45 and that administration is doing everything they can to stop them. And now conveniently, they're having power grid issues. They need funding. They need these things to help make these things happen. But allegedly in their argument with the government, um, there's all of a sudden issues that they're having because they're trying to do the earth friendly thing, and government is not happy, and they're pulling their funding for those things, and now this is happening. So very curious. Yeah, not good. Oh, 100%. So I read on that a few times too, with the information from Doge that Space Boy definitely sold our information to a few of the high bidders around the world. So, yep, that is I've read on that a couple of times. That definitely happened. And then, of course, Big Balls is, um, I don't know if it was intentional, but they certainly didn't follow any security procedures so to keep it from being hacked. So, did Big Balls allegedly intentionally have our social security numbers leaked? No. So it wasn't intentional. He was just stupid. Yes, Jackie, we're all going to have to get new social security. That is correct. I do believe that is correct. We're all going to end up getting new numbers. So that we're going to have to because all of our information's been compromised. So it kind of just leads to the we won't have any choice. So are we going to have to get new social security numbers? Oh yeah, big yes. Yep. Skyfire, do you see the war in Ukraine ending soon? Will they have to give up any land? I did a video on that not very long ago, just I think this last week actually, but and pretty much the results of that were what I read on and what the guides indicated was that probably will be done by the end of 2026. It will take some time yet. They're not done now. It'll still go a little while longer, but I I hate to say not much longer because it's war and people are dying. So I hate to not say that, but should be done by the end of 2026. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. I'm so sorry. If this wasn't live, I'd pause it. I don't know why I'm coughing. Um, and I feel like what came out in the reading. So sorry, you guys. I apologize. What came out in the reading was that they would most likely have to give up some land to Russia. However, what also came out was that all the other European countries were going to do like fully on board with helping to rebuild Ukraine, and Ukraine is just going to be this beautiful, magical light in the universe. They're going to be, they're going to have all their infrastructure rebuilt. It's all going to be brand new and beautiful and new. Um, lots of new businesses and families and everything is going to be right now. It's not much consolation because they've had so much trauma and war. But when this is done, as much as it's horrible to say that they'll probably have to give up some land to Russia, and nobody wants to see that happen, Zelensky wants to do the best thing for his people and just wants it to end. And so that's most likely how it's just going to end is like, fine, take this small little piece of whatever and leave us alone. And they'll probably be invited into the fold of the UN, and then all of the UN countries are just gonna just help it become this beautiful new place, and it's like completely rebuilding the house basically. So in the end, it'll the country will be rebuilt and beautiful and fabulous and wonderful. And if they're made members of the UN, they'll have that much more protection. And it's the thing that Russia did not want most of all, was them to be part of the UN. And if they're part of the UN, then they're not going to attack again. That'll be like their little security blanket. So let's ask though: is Ukraine going to be invited to be a part of the UN? Yes, big huge yes. So that'll be good, and that'll be like their protection. So that's good. Texas T, Mega is turning this country into something very hopeless and unrecognizable. Well, yes. Also, this country has karma. We are not innocent. This country has been violent from the beginning, as much as people don't want to admit it. We've committed genocide on the Native American population. We have enslaved people. We have imprisoned people wrongly. We are a racist country, obviously, or they wouldn't, or ICE wouldn't be a thing, and people wouldn't be supporting it. That is also our history. As much as moving forward, people don't, um, most of us don't condone any of that behavior. That is still part of our past. And there's recompense that needs to be made. And there, as a result of those mindsets from our beginning, and really up until very recent history, the laws don't reflect the equality that should be in place. So this is why I've also been saying on several occasions, please be focused and set clear intentions of what do we want this world to look like? What do we want this country to look like when this is done? Because I do believe we're going to have a say in what it looks like, and be willing to, stand up and tell your representatives and all of that. But if what we want is equality for all, and making sure that the most vulnerable are taken care of, making sure that there's health care, making sure that there's food, shelter, that we help move equality forward for everyone, not just white male, but everyone, regardless of faith, regardless of sexuality, regardless of gender, regardless of color, regardless of religion, like any of that. If what we want is equality, hold that space, hold that energy, that intention, and that space, because I do believe we are moving towards that, and the huge steps are going to be made to fill in those gaps, because we have those cracks and those gaps in our system for a reason, and that's why he's been able to get away with all the things he's been able to get away with, and why Meg has been able to have the stronghold that they've had, is because we have too many gaps and cracks in our system, because it wasn't set up for equality. And so it's too easy to break it down. But if we have a US 2.0, then we can set it up for equality from the outset. And that's the intention that I think would be great for everybody to hold on that space. Yeah, big balls. Well, a lot of the Doge people were imported from other countries, actually, and Cynthia, sorry, responding to that. Yeah, and Space Boy has connections with Pootie as well, and so of course there are agreements. Yes. Urge everyone to get a solar power station, at least run refrigerators, save your food. Electric bills are doubling everywhere, and solar can help. If I could, I would. Our HOA, that's not allowed. So I live where there's an HOA, so not everybody can. But if you can get a solar, then yeah, totally, that would be great. And a lot of places have deals where you can get solar, and basically you're earning enough money, you can just you're selling it to the power companies, so it ends up being a great thing. And a lot of them, because of, well, who knows if F45 has rolled it back, I haven't checked recently. It before him, there was a thing where you didn't even need to pay for it, like they have all sorts of plans and deals. Texas T, I'm African American, Native American. Yeah, I wish I wasn't right, but yeah. Yeah. We have what's called equal pay. I don't know if that's a thing all over the country or if it's just in our area, but I have them, do the same monthly payment on my power bill. But but then, at the end of the year, you either get credit or you pay more to balance it out, and then they redo what your next year is going to be. And yeah, it's crazy. It's ridiculously high. My water bill too. Yeah, that's another one. Electricity and water bill already high. Can't imagine them going any higher. Yeah, and they're building in my area that I live in too, and they're having to lay whole, all the new water pipes and everything. So of course we're paying for all of that. Cynthia, no solar in your HOA too. I know. I wish. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to do a card pull on the energy of the election fraud. See how that's looking. So we already know that information's been coming out. We know that they're going to be doing a recount. I'm going to scooch this back a little bit so that's room for my cards. We know that they're going to do a recount in September, but I want to just kind of do a fresh energy read and see what the cards are saying on the election fraud reveal. Beautiful shade of, oh, thank you. Oh, my lipstick. Thank you. Okay. What is the latest on today's dystopian nightmare? Throw my good grief. What did I do? If I could shuffle, that would be great. Okay. What do a read on the election interference? Election interference. The energy of that coming up here, like in September. What's the energy for that? What's that going to look like? Boy, they want to get to something. Okay. Ooh. 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 These never disappoint. Oh, well, you guys are gonna love this. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's gonna be a big month. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, right out of the gate, we have Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is all about secrets. So, obviously, election interference and cups are emotion. So, obviously, highly emotionally charged, but there are secrets. And there are secrets that will be revealed. So, the thing about her is she doesn't have to reveal them if she doesn't want to with the Queen, but I'm hearing secrets will be revealed. So, that's what they're telling me. So, big month, election interference. We're going to learn a lot, not just the recount, but we're going to learn more details and more information. So interesting. And this is crossed by Three of Wands, which basically our ship is coming in. So we've laid the groundwork for plans. They've been working on this behind the scenes, but our ship is getting ready to come in. Woo! And foundation. So we already pulled Queen of Cups. Look what the foundation is. King of Cups. So clearly, cups, emotional, big thing. If this is the foundation, and hold on. This is global information. Let's see. I don't know if there'll be some. Not everybody's going to be revealed. Some will, some won't. But there will be information coming in from around the world of what people know that they are bringing forth for information. Other countries, what they know. It's a coordinated effort to bring forth the information. And leaders, this is a leader, leaders from around the world are working together to bring forth this information, and secrets will be revealed. Thus, our ship will come in. And the world card just showed up. So, I mean, there you go. From around the world. And the world card also means, endings and beginnings as well. But this is in the past position. So, secrets, leaders from around the world bringing forth information, and the world cards for ending and new beginnings. Yeah, there you go. And our ship is coming in. Yeah, I think this is going to be a big month. This is interesting. And get this one, crowning it, the devil. You cannot make this up. This whole energy is devil greed energy. So that's crowning all of this, the whole election fraud, everything. Coming in the future, the magician. He's the magician is a, and I think this is. I mean, look at these. Look at these. World, the devil. You got king. You've got the magician. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, he's going down. It's they're going down. Magician is going to use everything in his power, and this is in the future position, what's coming, everything in his power to bring forth what he wants. So all of these leaders that are going to be bringing forth information, the secrets that are going to be revealed, the fact that our ship is coming in, the world is a part of it. There's going to be an ending and a new beginning, and it's all around this devil energy. I mean, yeah, game's on. Game is on. Gonna happen. Okay. Internally, another queen, queen of swords. So, sword of truth, right? So, what happens when truth bombs drop? There's chaos. Everybody says they want the truth, but rarely do people actually want the truth. Queen, queen knows she takes care of her country, her people, her planet, her anything that's important to her. And right now, given that this is about the election interference, she's wielding that sword and chaos is flying around her. People are the megas are going to lose their ever loving mind. That's what's going to happen. So, yeah. So, this is internally. All we want is the truth to come out. That's what we want. And as it does, yeah, there's going to be there. That's why there's a lot of cups, because it's a lot of emotion and it's going to cause chaos here. Externally, you have the Knight of Pentacles. So Pentacles, again, this is Pentacles are elections, they're legal, they're government, they're medical, they're financial, they're resources, they're anything that we need to function on this 3D earthly plane that we're on. And a knight is an action card. However, in this case, he's not, this horse is kind of standing still. Like he's moving a little bit, he might be walking a little bit, but he's not like charging forth or anything. And he is, it's kind of, I would call this like a slow walk, basically. This is the external force. This is the current regime going, now what do we do? Because the wacko that held the crazy glue together is gone, and we weren't expecting anybody to out us. So now what do we do? Oh dear. That's what this is. They're kind of like, well, just keep walking along and okay. We'll take action as soon as we figure out how to do it. That's what that is. Hopes and fears. We're looking for a new opportunity. Yeah, that's what this is. There's a new opportunity at hand, and which has become painfully obvious, especially with the ending and new beginning, and a ship coming in, and secrets being revealed, and magicians coming at you, and yeah, we're like, okay, but this isn't working. The thing is this is a collective. As a collective, even a lot of Republicans, not all Republicans are like totally mega on board. A lot of them are, but not all of them. Those that are not, they're even going to be like, this is not, I don't like this. This is not okay. So as they try to gerrymander all the states and do all of that, like there's got to be a better way to do this. That's what this is. Everybody collectively going, if we can't trust our elections, what is going to happen? How are we going to do this? How are we going to ensure this? Like there's got to be a better way to do this. That's what this is. Final outcome, 2 of Wands. there's some decisions that are going to need to be made. Election, for example, who's going to lead us? There are some decisions to lead us into the light. What are we going to do? What is 2.0 going to look like? Who's going to lead us if we wipe out the entire regime, right? I kind of feel like somebody from the UN is going to have to step in. And I've said for a long time, likely a collective from both sides of the aisle, along with a neutral um, UN body or something like that, to make sure we don't completely lose our bananas here. So, but there's going to be some decisions to be made of how exactly are we going to navigate everything moving forward. That's the final outcome, which stressful in its own right, but also yay, because that means the regime's gone. So this is good. So there will be some transition time. Don't freak out about the transition time. That is going to be perfectly natural, but at least we'll be headed in the right direction, even if it's frustrating. And it will take time because we're going to be doing it the proper way, right? And going through the legal system, which takes eons. So yeah, it will take a while, but great cards for how's on election interference. So it looks like a lot is coming. A lot is coming out, and good things are coming. So, okay, let me catch up with everybody here. I know he does look like Jackie B. He looks like that energy too. He does. Sperry fever just exposed Muskie, and I'm happy. I feel like Musk is or Space Boy is he's a sly dog. He I think will make a deal, right? Because we know you have information. We know that you did specific things. So either you give us this information or you spend a very long time in prison, and he won't want to do that. So I feel like he'll make some deals and then bail. That's what I think. But let me see if I'm wrong. Let's find out. So when all this information starts to come out, Space Boy go ahead and make deals and be a whistleblower. Yep, to save his own hide. Yep. Is he going to end up leaving the country? Yep. Yeah. They'll use him for his knowledge and his information, and let him leave. There will be deals made. Do I see any other states gerrymandering? Yeah, there's several red states that are talking about it now. Now that Texas did it, it's going to turn. It's going to be ridiculous. All the red states are going to gerrymander the heck out of it, and the blue states are going to gerrymander the heck out of it on their end. It's just going to be a gerrymander fight at this point. So it's going to be silly until they get a handle on this, and eventually they will, but probably not for this election cycle. Well, I Skyfire, can we have past presidents? Because for Barack Obama, if we can. I think Obama is very well aware of what's going on, and I think he'll have a say in it. I feel like it's going to be a collective of people. And I did a video on this recently too, where answered, and basically it was like Obama and Hillary and Kamala and Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger and Pence, and like people from both sides of the aisle, plus neutral for exterior forces, all come together to kind of piece us back together as best as they all can. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think Obama has. He doesn't want to be president again. One, because he goes, I already had 2 terms. He wouldn't want to do it a third one. That's what F-45 is trying to do. Sperry fever, leave the country. Good. Yeah, I think he will. He won't be welcome here, and he knows it. And that'll be part of the deal, I think. I think the So Cynthia, I hope his government contracts are rescinded, canceled, and fraud and criminal activity against the USA. I'm not convinced that's going to happen. Definitely not the ones he made around the world. But let's ask: is Space Boy all of his government contracts? Will he get to keep those? Yeah, he'll end up getting to keep them. So that'll be part of the deal. We'll let you keep your money if you give us all your information. You'll stay out of jail. You get to keep all your money. Just tell us what you know. That'll be the deal. And he'll be like, sweet, I get all my money. I'm not in jail. Cool. That'll be likely be the deal. Gina, you're welcome. Aunt B, do you think Tennessee will go blue? Ooh, all of the Gulf Putler signs are gone. Oh, really? Really? They took down the F-45 signs? I didn't know that. That's good news. Fences, homes, trucks. Really? Oh, that's good news. I still see F-45 signs around here, and I'm in a blue state. Let's see. I don't know. That's curious. I mean, they're trying to gerrymander so badly. That's because if they don't gerrymander, they don't win. That's the only way they can win. So the key is going to be if the independents and the non-mega Republicans, if they vote blue, I mean, there's nothing they can do about that. But it depends on how many megas are in the districts that they're gerrymandering and all of that. But let's see. Is there a chance that Tennessee will end up going blue? They're not answering. Let me see. Is there let's see. Are they going to end up working on the gerrymander for the Republicans? They're going to try, yes. If they're successful, will they go blue? No. If they're not successful, is there a chance they could go blue? Yes. So it all depends on the redrawing of maps, and a lot of them have been taken to courts. A lot of them are going to court now, so we'll see. But it all depends on that. So there's a chance they could turn blue if they don't redraw the maps. If they are able to redraw the maps, then they'll stay red. Sounds like. Thought my neighbors were competing for most tackiest Trump signs. I could not count them on my road to town because there are too many. There are 0 now. Well, that's really good news. That's exciting. Okay. All right. So we have been an hour. Any last questions before I do a draw for a complimentary reading? Anyone? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So, as has become customary on my live shows, I like to do a drawing for a complimentary reading. So, I am going to write a number down. Let me get out a piece of paper. Write a number down, and I'll let you guys guess the number. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know. Okay. All right, I have it written down. Okay. So everybody between 1 and 10, guess the number that I've written on this paper, and we'll see if anybody gets a complimentary reading. Thank you, Cynthia. Everybody else have a good Labor Day too. I always forget there's holidays because I work on holidays, so it doesn't matter. Okay. But thank you. I hope everybody has a good holiday as well. Well, Aunt B, you could have a follow-up if you want, but that is entirely up to you. Thank you. All right. Going. Gone. Oops. 7. Sperry fever. Congratulations. And I was just looking at a message. Sorry. So congratulations, Sperry Fever. You won. Yay. So send me an email and we can set up a time for your complimentary reading. Congratulations. Yay. Very exciting. And then Cookie, you had a question. Do you feel gay marriages are 7 being 77 looked at to the 7 mantle them? I don't understand that question. If I'm getting the gist of the question, do you think they're trying to do away with them? Yes, I do. I think they're trying to do away with women being able to vote, uh, anything for in regards to any rights other than white Christian men, honestly. So, yeah, I think they're trying to do away with everything. And they would desperately, if you look at Project 25, that is absolutely part of the plan. So is the plan to take away rights from all rights from women, including voting. So that is absolutely the plan. Yay. Okay, so very cool. Thank you all so much for joining me. Congratulations, Sperry and Cookie. You sent your number after I already congratulated Sperry, so I'm not sure how to do that, but you can message me and we can work something out. So, but congratulations and thank you so much for joining me on this live. I really appreciate everybody. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody's support. And if you'd like a private reading with me, please email me, and the information will be in the description as well. So thank you, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Peace out. Yay.